Climate change and sea level rise and increased temperatures and increased storms have a direct impact on military readiness, operations, and the health and well-being of our service members. Yelling and calling people names or ridiculing them for the type of car they choose to drive won't change that fact. When we had Navy leadership in a hearing, I asked them to talk about the impact of climate change on readiness. As sea level rise increases, we have more corrosion of our ships. As temperatures increase, that has a direct impact on the health of our service members. But I went to Norfolk Naval Station, the largest naval station in the world, which is in one of the most vulnerable places to sea level rise, the most vulnerable on the East Coast. And I asked the commanding officer, what are you most worried about? And she said, when increased storms come and literally water floods a street that bisects this base in half, that the increasing sea level rise that is reclaiming the land that Norfolk Naval Station is on, and they have nowhere to rebuild. Now, this amendment would prohibit the Department of Defense from expending funds to implement a broad spectrum of Biden-Harris administration executive orders, everything from job-creating clean energy projects to ensuring that rural, low-income, tribal, and minority communities are not continually inordinately impacted by pollution from our military installations, which, oh, by the way, in Norfolk at one time killed the Elizabeth River, which is slowly starting to come back because Norfolk Naval Station has decided to be a better neighbor and steward of the land that it's on. And we don't need to speculate on the impacts of this amendment because a rider on the fiscal year 24 defense appropriations bill made a $500 million cut to climate-tagged accounts, immediately impacting operational energy programs that make our service members more effective and lethal, extending on-station times, and reducing the need for refueling. Come to these military installations that are vulnerable, that are impacted, and talk to their commanding officers, and maybe that'll help you connect the dots between climate change, climate policy, and military readiness. I reserve my time. Thank you, Mr. Chair. You know what I teach my children? I teach them the ripple effect. Your simple act of kindness today may not change and lead to world peace tomorrow, but it'll have a ripple effect. What we do today to reduce our carbon footprint will have a ripple effect. And the military has been one of the largest, not just contributors to greenhouse gases, but pollution that has damaged mostly low-income, rural, tribal, and minority communities who didn't at the time have the power to contribute or consult on the decisions that were being made. The environmental justice executive order is designed to say, we're going to be a better neighbor. We're going to be a better steward and make sure that we are not destroying the environment on which our military bases sit. That's a good thing. Extreme weather events, sea level rise, severe flooding, has a direct impact on military readiness. I think it's really sad that my colleague doesn't believe the commanding officer of the largest naval base in the world, when unprompted, is asked, what is the biggest thing you're worried about? She raised two issues that were related. Again, I'm landlocked with sea level, the sea encroaching on my base, and I have nowhere to go. And it is impacting my ability to ensure we are ready to meet increased national security impacts as other parts of the planet become inhabitable, where do you think they're going to go? I ask that you oppose this amendment.